My man P. Diddy, aka Brother Love, has really he has legally added Love to his name. So his name is now Sean Love Combs. So I don't know, man. I don't know what made him do it, but I guess he just feel like he want to represent the real spirit of love. And I mean, I commend him for that. It's not something I would have done, but I get it. You know what I mean? But I think at this stage in his career, he doesn't necessarily have to do that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a need to do anything on paper. You know what I mean? But I get it. You want to be called love or whatever. But it is what it is. What do you think about that? As if we don't know. Yo. There you go. So yeah, but it is what it is, man. Shout out to Diddy. I mean,
that's what he got to do.
Right.
That's what he got to do.
Guess that makes him feel better about himself.
That's what he got.
But I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's what he got to do.
He's still rich beyond compare. I don't know if has he got to the billions yet? I don't know if he has. If he hasn't, he's at least close.
He's probably close.
Yeah, if he has.
He's at least close.
Yeah.
He's at least close.
Yeah, he got to be close.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Keep asking for people for money though. Like,
right.
Don't keep asking. I guess that's how you be a billionaire. That's what we gonna do. We just gonna fucking ask people for money.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just give us $1. Give us $1 right now. Just give us $1.
So, but yeah, again, for anybody who's checking us out right now, we really appreciate y'all watching. If you can, don't forget, hit all those buttons, the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. The like, share, subscribes. The likes, shares, subscribe. And the subscribe. We appreciate you. For hanging in there with us, all two of you.
Yeah. Test tube. Not playing. But that's something Robin Harris snuck up in.
Right.
Yeah,
man.
Baby.
Once you get Robin Harris on the mind, man, you got to talk about Bebe's kids, all of that, man. If you, in certain areas, and I know New York is one of them. In the 80s, man, there was always somebody named Bebe. You know what I mean? It was always somebody named Pookie. There was always somebody named Bebe.
And my cousin,
I knew a Bebe.
Yeah, my cousin named Pookie.
Uh-huh.
And then I got an Uncle Bebe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's like the baby brother of the family. So
yeah.
And actually, we celebrating his birthday tomorrow. So
Okay. Happy birthday to him.
Clap that up. And his son just graduated from UNCG, so let me clap that up.
Okay.
Do the double clap.
Clap that up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I meant to say that earlier.
Yeah, we appreciate that, man.
And
yeah.
Continue. You were talking about New York.
But I was just saying, I knew somebody named Bebe, so, it resonated with me as soon as he came out with the joke about the Bebe's kids. Because he was like, who that? He said, them Bebe kids.
You don't come up to them
Bebe, right?
You don't go to them kids in the ghetto. Mickey Mouse out there rolling up in there like, hi, boys and girls. Small world!
Small world!
Man, fuck Mickey. Oh! In my eye! They ain't no nigga expect. In my eye!
Man, if anybody who don't know Robin Harris's work, he's a comedian. You need to go back and check out anything he did, whether it's a movie or his stand-up. He started in stand-up, but he did do a few movies. But go back and check out his stand-up. He had an HBO stand-up special.
That's the best. That's the one that you need to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did a little thing with Robert Townsend.
Robert Townsend.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Pardon the crime. Too much crime going on.
Man, listen. He was the best, man.
Man.
But, so yeah. Anyway, moving on. So tonight we got the Verzuz coming up.
Ladies.
Ladies in the building. SWV versus Xscape. And we're going to see how that comes out, man. I ain't going to lie. I'm kind of... I was going for SWV for a minute there, but now I'm kind of... It's a tie. I don't know who's going to win at this point because I was looking at a special they did on Xscape. It was the Unsung.
Okay.
And I started hearing, they were showing some music that they did, and I was like, oh, shit, I forgot about that. So they got some bangers, you know what I mean? So they went through a lot breaking up the groups and all of that, and, so they've been through a lot, but they still had some real heavy hitters. So, you know, they definitely deserve a little more praise than I thought.
You watch that on cable TV, right? The TV1.
TV1,
TV1, y'all need to get a streaming service, man. Shit, man. BET got one. Y'all need one. And I'll pay. I'll pay because I'll watch them unsung shits like.
TV1 is the joint, man. They got unsung, they got uncensored, and they good, man.
Yeah, I would have to say they definitely got better stuff to offer than BET. They got something a little different.
Yeah, a little better variety.
It's just like, man, it's just like, well, you know, certain people own it now.
Right.
I'm not gonna say anything, so we
right.
And you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I gotta say it. I should have said it. But what I'm saying though, it's like, man, it's just like, dang, it's the same shit. It's Tyler Perry's movie. It's about it's like it's almost like Lifetime. Yeah. It's like it's always some man.
Stereotypical black
stuff. Yeah, like it's like some man beating on some woman.
Right.
And this woman need to get out this relationship with that man. Yeah. Or, you know, this guy Pookie and Ray Ray and them, and they was on the corner. But Pookie wanna get his shit together. Right. But Pookie get hit. You know what I'm saying?
or the woman just got out of a bad relationship and now she meets her hero.
Yeah.
You know, the dashing black guy who comes in, it's the Shamar Moore looking who comes in and sweeps her off her feet.
But then the hood dude, he's still like, I'm still fucking that. So, you better get off that.
Right.
And I got a raspy voice to let you know that I'm the villain.
Right. I'm the original. I hit it first.
Yeah, I hit it first. I mean? I just want to let you know that, nigga.
You know? But yeah, so, you know. But it is what it is. I mean, you're right, though. TV1 needs an app. They should do that. You know, they can get a good streaming service going on, but they doing good.
Yeah. I'm saying that, hey, look. I'm the all trio.
All trio.
All trio to petition hard for TV1 to get an app. Actually, I might need to write them.
Yeah.
And actually,
they're a good channel.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people, you know, might give them flack for certain things as well. But I mean, as far as like the alternative, I would probably I would put TV1 over BET.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I watch TV1 way more than I watch BET because BET is just. It's not even what it used to be.
Nah, man. No more basement.
MTV and BET used to be the shit back in the day. Both of them was the giants. And now they both way down here.
Yeah, they just trash. They don't even got no music videos no more. It's just like, what happened to the damn music?
Yeah.
You music television. All you got is like reality TV
16
shows.
16 and pregnant.
Yeah, like, man.
What the hell? This is music television. What are they going to do with anything? But, you know, it is what it is. But, yo. Concerning this Xscape and SWV Verzuz, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm wondering because I know Xscape had some issues and they couldn't really get along. Candy Burris, you know, she went on to do reality TV and she couldn't really get along with them. It was when you really watch the unsung, you kind of understand. It was a lot of childish shit going on. You could tell that it was just some females who were having female issues. Because I ain't gonna lie, not to stereotype females, but it's hard for females to get along a lot of times. And this was a typical females just can't get along because somebody said one little thing and now the other person blowed up. Now that person blowed up. Now this person blowed up.
Well, I mean, think about it. Clan.
Yeah.
You had all those guys.
Yeah.
I would say maybe like out of all of them, maybe realistically ODB kind of fucked them up. And that's just one guy. So imagine if you had, like you said, with Xscape and all that stuff, you had, because females, they have so many personalities and things. And just because, like for instance, we say, like if we get there hanging out, let's say we get there driving and shit. We driving, right? All right. I go past the turn we supposed to go. But it's like, oh, damn. Man, you might want to turn back. That's the conversation, right? That's it, right?
Yeah.
Not with women. Not with women. Yeah. Oh my God! It's like the end of the world.
They do take things to a
man.
Because I mean, women can just see another woman walk in a room, and they already judging Look at this bitch here.
You think this?
know what I mean?
She thinks she the shit.
Right. Look at how she walking. She got an attitude.
I'm like,
you know, it's unnecessary.
Y'all just met.
But you know, you can tell it was a lot of just cattiness going on with SWV. I mean, like
Xscape.
Xscape. You know how I'm getting old, y'all. My fault.
Same group,
right? But Xscape, what was funny, they talked about Biggie in the Xscape Unsung, because remember he dissed him and shit on the Dream song.
Oh, what?
He said I'll fuck RuPaul before I fuck them ugly ass Xscape bitches. When they said that shit, Jermaine Dupri brought that up in the Unsung. He was like, that hurt us for a long time. I knew that shit was hard, but I didn't even think they heard it. I didn't even think they was listening to Biggie like that. You know what I mean? So
everybody listen to Biggie, boy.
But yeah, so he's because you know the one girl was a little bit bigger than the other ones. I think it was Tasha of Xscape, and you know, I mean, which she was, but I mean, I never thought much more of it. It was just like, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But she said that a lot of people always considered her, you know, they would never learn her name. It was just, oh, you the big girl from Xscape. You know what I mean? So she said that kind of haunted her for a long time.
Yeah, because you think about it. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up because it's like, dang, you know me from being big.
Right.
You can't just say I'm talented. You
right.
can't. Well, I mean, and then too, that's the climate of that day. But now, you know, you think about people like Lizzo and, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are celebrated. They're people that are big or celebrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, but see, I brought that up to say this. I always wonder if that contributed to them breaking up, because with her feeling that insecurity of I'm the big girl, she was one of the first ones to walk away from the group. So she said that the group said she left because she wanted to go solo. Like, you know, screw the group, I'm going solo. She said I left the group because they were acting like they didn't want me around. Yeah, I wasn't getting the singing parts. I wasn't getting the attention like they were getting. Things just weren't evening out, you know. So and so when you got that insecurity about yourself, could that have led to her feeling some type of way about maybe they're ostracizing me or whatever from the group? So she said that she decided to walk away, but then the group was like, well, nah, we didn't feel that way. We were just chilling, and all of a sudden she was like, I'm leaving. Fuck y'all. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like little shit like that. It's like shit like that gets blown out of proportion where you feeling some kind of way because you think they don't want you around. You never stopped to, let's say, let's clarify some shit. Let's all have a conversation like grown-ups. Do y'all want me around or not? Because I feel like that. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Help me out. Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then
real quick, I just want to shout out my cousin Alex in the house.
What up, Alex? Appreciate you checking us out.
Shouting him out.
Yeah, man.
And he probably gonna leave like, man, fuck them. But I just playing
fuck them. Fuck them. But yeah, so you know, I really hate seeing stuff like that happen in groups, and it happens a lot among females. Now, that's not to say that male groups don't have problems, because, you know, that happens. You know, you see the Temptations, what they went through. Oh, yeah. All of that kind of shit happens, but I think it is a little bit easier for men to come back together.
Well, I think
you know, no matter what would happen.
Yeah, I think what it is, I think men, particularly if they play sports, or they were with some type of, I think men mostly work, and this is me saying this. I'm no professional or anything like that. I just think that men work in teams better.
A little bit better, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we go through the same type of trauma too, but you know it takes a little bit more for us to split up. But I mean, but you think about it, like over the years, Wu-Tang, perfect example, they've had a lot of issues. Yeah, where a lot of them felt like RZA wasn't doing things right. You know what I mean? So they had a little division, but still, every now and then they still come back together. Yeah, they tour together, and they like, we had some issues, but fuck it. You know what I mean? I think Raekwon had some issues with RZA. Yeah, U-God had some. You know what I mean?
And the thing of it is too, particularly with Raekwon. Yeah, they came back and handled it as men. You know what I'm saying? They handle it as men, like, exactly. Look, okay, I have this dispute, you know, because I think there was one thing that he was saying, like, on a particular album, I forgot what it was. It was, I don't know if it was The Saga Continues or not, but it had came out.
Yeah.
And Ray was like, I think we should have done a little more.
Yeah.
But Riz was like, nah, it's done.
Right.
It's done.
Right.
And it's like, and he's like, you know what I'm saying? But this is artistry, man. It's like if we feeling, if the artist feeling like, hey, we should have done, you know.
Yeah, let's tweak it a little bit more.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just shut it down.
But I think what RZA was trying to do, I think what he was saying was RZA was trying to, like, he knew this was going to work. This is the product.
Yeah.
We ain't got to do anything else. And
yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah, he felt the kind of way too. But I mean, you have to be willing to compromise and say, okay, I'm willing to listen to your ideas and take stuff into consideration.
Yeah, but
don't just shut it down and say, nah, it's done. You know
but
what I mean?
Yeah, but they handled it though. I said, they handled it. They all, I mean, you know. And it's just, and that's the thing though. I mean, a group, like you said, a group like Wu-Tang, all those personalities, man. Yeah, it takes a lot. I mean, it takes a lot.
And think about another situation with females. Think about En Vogue. To this day, they have not patched up their situation.
Oh, and En Vogue was a motherfucking powerhouse.
Beast mode. I mean, they were the queens of the game, and I mean, that hurt me to my heart when they broke up.
Yeah.
And Dawn and Maxine still will not go back to the group.
I mean, if they continue.
Yeah. Man.
They continue. I don't think we would hear a Destiny Child.
Yeah.
Let alone a Beyonce.
It really would.
I'm for real. Like these,
man, listen.
dude, they would have been like they've probably been one of the greatest R&B groups of all time.
I don't even think there's another group that can go up against them in a versus.
Really not in the '90s. I mean, I could say like maybe it's the Supremes or something.
Yeah,
and that's just me pulling something out of my ass. But
to me, it would. I don't think there's any female group that could do it, but I think you can maybe come up with a male group, like somebody like maybe a Tony, something like that. Guy, something like that. So some heavy hitters in the male. That was a group. Yeah, I think that could work. But if you want to do female versus female, which I don't think is necessary. Yeah, there's no other females out there.
En Vogue was shoot, man. En Vogue,
they were in a class by themselves.
It was just something about it, and it just like they can like fucking sing, they can blow. Yeah. Gosh, man, I hate these. Because they came back one time in '97. They were doing really good. Yeah. I think was it '94, '95 they broke up?
Somewhere in that area. I don't know exactly when, but it was.
Because I was like because let's see, '92, '93, I was 9 and 10. Like I was a young kid. Yeah. So when I was like, what happened to them? Like they were so good. You know what I'm saying? And then they came back in '97.
Listen, I was crushing on all of them, man. So that hurt my heart.
Yeah,
that was the R&B version of EPMD breaking up.
Yeah,
when EPMD broke up, that fucked me up for years.
En Vogue versus EPMD,
right? But you know what? There's one female I think who could actually go up against him as a solo act, and that would be Toni Braxton. She is the one person I think who could actually hold her own, and if not, she might actually take him down because she got hits after hits. You know what I mean? She's been making music for like 20 years. You know what I mean? They stopped after 6 or 7. Yeah, yeah. So, Toni might actually sweep them even though they're a group. But I wouldn't mind seeing that because they're both powerhouses. You know what I mean? Yep. But either way, man, we got the verses coming up tonight. It's probably going to be around 8 o'clock. I don't know the exact time, but normally 8:30. So y'all check that out. I'll be checking it out. SWV versus Xscape. I like the fact that both of them infuse a little hip hop into their R&B. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I love that about them, and I think that's what helped both of them. Xscape was saying that they really did want to be mostly R&B, but it was really Jermaine Dupri who was like, nah, we need to infuse a little hip hop, do this up tempo stuff. And that really took off, and they were like, we didn't want it at first, but now that we see where it went, we appreciate him for it. Yeah, I think that's one thing I have to say about the R&B in the '90s, even though like it was a older music than hip hop at the time. Right. I like the fact that the urban music scene was so like hip hop was so malleable that you could take it and put it in another genre. Mm-hmm. Like you could take
hip hop and put it in R&B.
Yeah.
You take hip hop and put it in rock music.
Exactly.
It was very malleable to people. That's one thing that's really incredible about hip hop.
Yeah, man.
Really, I'm saying, man, it's only one of the few music arts, that can really do that.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
I mean, you don't really hear too much about that with other genres. I mean, look what, and I'm not a real big fan of Lil Nas X, but I mean, he combined hip hop with country and it worked. What I mean? It worked. So, we can do shit like that. You know what I mean? So that's
Take my horse and go down road.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
But yeah, did you want to say any more about Shock G? I know you wanted to talk a little bit more about him, and did you?
All right, man. I just like, do a little bit of the voice. Shock G.
The one who put the sad
the Billy Paynes. Man, just a character, man. Like I said, I just went back, like I said, just to rehash. If y'all just tuning in, just rehashing off the top, man, like, really, like, what he was and, like, who he built up. Like, it was really, I really wish that there were more interviews of him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Lord Jamal, when he was interviewing Grand Puma, which I meant to go back and check, but he was even saying, like, man, I should interview this cat. Like, it was interesting.
Yeah.
And the fact that, man, my man fucked with Florida heavy, because he was like, all over, like, he was like, when he was born, where was he born?
He was born in New York, I think. It was somewhere on the East Coast.
He was born in New York. Yeah. Then he went to Cali. Then he went to Florida.
Yeah,
so he's like, that's probably where he got the voice when you think about it.
When he died, he was in Florida, I believe. Yeah. So he was heavy in Florida, man.
But that's probably what helped him with his voice, because he's got like that northern, southern, like west. It's like a combination of things.
You can't box him in. You know what I mean? You can't look at him and say, "Oh yeah, I can tell he's from New York. Or I can tell he's from Cali."
You can't tell where this dude from.
That's what's dope about him, man. So
from all over,
right? but
yeah, man.
I mean, he was really a heavy hitter, man, and I can't do nothing but appreciate him, man. I have to admit, when Digital Underground first came out, I was one of the dumb people who did not know that it was the same person doing Humpty Hump. I did not know.
Yeah.
For the first 4 or 5 years, I just assumed it was two different people, until one day it was like it hit me, and I think he said something about it, and it was like, "Yeah, your alter ego, Humpty Hump," and I was like, "What? Wait a minute, I know this nigga not." And then I went back and I started repicturing shit in my mind, like, "Oh shit, it was him the whole fucking time," because then he was so good. I mean, his voice was so distinctively different in Humpty Hump mode versus Shock G mode, so it was like it never dawned on me. He acted in such a different character. It's like Humpty Hump, he was all over the place. Shock G, he was just Shock G, the one who put the satin on your pants. You know what I mean? So it's like the demeanor was so different, I couldn't tell that it was the same person. So I thought, in the beginning, because Humpty had the little nose thing and the glasses, I just assumed it was some dude who had, like, let's say, got into a fire and fucked his nose up, so he just wore that shit to cover his nose. You know what I mean? As a kid, I was just like, I guess he just don't want to see the ugly part of his face or some shit. But that blew me away when I found out it was him doing that shit. I was like, son of a bitch. Shout out to Shock.
Yeah, speaking about the nose, he had the song on the Sons of the P album talking about the no nose job. It's like no, don't want to get no nose job.
Yeah.
And he was talking, and what was cool about that song, he was really dropping some signs. He's like, yeah, man, like on the bars, he was like, yeah, the black girl, y'all telling them not to look like a certain way. The black girl saying that her lips are too big. The white girl thinks her hips are too small. So y'all up there telling them that you need to do this.
Right.
And it's like, nah, man, like be yourself. Do this. Like that's why I'm not getting rid of the nose. Like I'm keeping the nose. This is me.
And that's how it should be.
Saying? So
that's exactly how it should be. So yeah, man. I mean, but yeah, man. Just wanted to really, kind of give some positive words about Shock G, man, before we close out.
Yeah, man.
He's definitely a staple in hip hop, and we can't let people we can't let that memory go.
Yeah, because that's the thing, man. We didn't really get the chance, and I'm, what I'm saying, I know everybody, with X and stuff, and so that's the thing too, man. They putting X in these murals, they put him like up here with like Big E and Pop, which is cool. I'm not hating. It's not. I'm not. Disingenuous. But man, like here's Shock G, and y'all just like, And my thing of it is like this dude. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have a Pac.
Yeah. And I mean,
and Pac would tell you that himself.
Yeah.
Pac would tell you that himself. That's what's crazy about that.
Yeah, man.
So
and that's why I think when he passed away, I immediately put up a post for him because there was a post where I was listening to an interview of his, and he got into this poetic stuff. He started doing all this little poetic stuff. It was like a rhyme, but it was like poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I shared it on our Instagram page because it was like, man, people need to know this dude was deep. He wasn't just a rapper. He was a poet.
Yeah, he was. That's what I'm saying. That they were just a multifaceted group.
Right.
Man. They really They really was ahead of their time. They were really little. They were just different than every. Because even like when I was back in the day when I was young, when I first got like the internet, I would really read up on like Cypress Hill because I was like a big fan of them.
Yeah.
But I would read up on them and like I had a transcript of like somebody interviewing Muggs. I forgot who.
Okay.
But he was like, yeah, man. Like Muggs was like, yeah, the hip hop shows are really kind of boring. The only acts that's really doing anything is like I think he named like EPMD. I think he named Naughty by Nature. He said us like Cypress and then Digital Underground.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, man.
He might have mentioned Daylight.
Yeah.
He might have mentioned Daylight. I don't know. But I know it was like 4, because he was saying like pretty much everything is the same, it's the same thing, bunch of niggas up on stage,
Yeah.
And this is during the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if this was the 80s, I'm pretty sure it would have been different. You know what I'm saying? Because like Run and all those cats. But yeah, man, it's just, it's just that the Digital Underground, man, they were just, they were really like a gem that really people should really appreciate.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, they really should because they were just, they were just different. And it was okay being different. Like, that's the thing, man. All these, everybody nowadays, not to be that old man and that guy, but everything's fucking cookie cutter.
Yeah, it is.
Everything's cookie cutter.
It is, man.
This nigga sound like this nigga. And that nigga sound like that nigga that sounded like this nigga over here with this nigga.
Mm-hmm. It's the same old thing, man.
Same shit.
That's why I don't listen to as much of the new school stuff. It's certain people I can pick out of the crowd, that I like, but it's not too many of them, man, because it's like so many of them sound so much alike, the designers and the young thugs and all of them. I mean, a lot of them get to the point where I'm like, I can't tell who's who. And then it's no disrespect, but I mean, I just cannot honestly tell sometimes.
Yeah. And then with like Young Thug, I don't know who Andre 3000. I never listened to none of this shit. I'm like, you mean to tell me you ain't listen to Rosa Parks, nigga?
Exactly.
You ain't listen to Spotty Odie Luda. How you say that? Spotty Odie Luda. that joint. You ain't listen to that shit.
He heard that shit.
You heard that shit.
Grew up on that shit.
Yes, sir.
There's no way you don't know they music.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You're going to hear some shit and
you
might say, I didn't know that was them.
And waving like you just don't care. And if you like Fishy Grits and all the pimp shit, everybody let me hear you say, oh, yeah. Yeah, you come on, man.
And I mean, he's been disrespectful since day one. Because I remember when he first came out, right when Lil Wayne was leaving Cash Money. Remember him and Baby had that issue. And Young Thug was talking about, I'm going to take over his spot. And Lil Wayne was trying to put out the Carter 5 at that time. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to steal his album. I'm going to put out the Carter 5. And I'm like, dude, nobody even knows you. Who the fuck are you?
What do you mean steal? You can't steal something that ain't yours.
Exactly. He was talking much shit about Lil Wayne at that time. So I don't know if they ever patched that up. You know what I mean? That's neither here nor there. But I've never really cared for Young Thug at all. Just because of shit like that, I'm like, you just too disrespectful, man.
Yeah, but
I can't do it.
That's the thing, too. Is like, I can understand, and, when we talking about that in retrospect, like, I can understand, and we'll talk a little bit more about Shock G, but I can understand, like, you being from the South.
Right.
And, like, you can't relate to the New York niggas. I can understand that.
That's different.
But you lived in Atlanta.
Right.
And, like, Outkast is, like, right there.
Yeah. That's like a kid growing up in the 80s and saying, I never heard of KRS-One.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nigga.
You a damn lie.
Yeah, South Bronx.
Right.
South Bronx. Hit.
Yeah, you cannot honestly. There's certain people you just cannot honestly say you don't know nothing about. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I don't get it, man. You know, but I wonder if there's, and not to keep jumping on Shock G, but I wonder if they're still going to, remember they leaked that they were doing verses with Outkast and Tribe.
Oh,
I wonder if they're still going to do that. You know
I hope so, especially to promote, Phife Dawg's album. Right. They really was talking about that on the Red Mantle and Heavy. So yeah, I hope
that
they
would be
do
dope.
that.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. But yeah, man, y'all, go check out any early work by Digital Underground, Shock G, Humpty Hump.
Definitely listen to the Sex Packets.
Yeah.
Oh, and listen to, there's one song called Packet Man. Oh my God, yeah. That's my jam.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's Packet Man. He's got like that jazz tight.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's Packet Man. And they're talking about these packets, like they're sex packets. And you talk about you take them, you kind of like trip, and like these women come to your house. And it is crazy.
Yeah, man.
But the thing of it is, like, Shock G ain't really like the main dude in there. I think Money B.
Okay.
And this is kind of like what it is. It's like and I like that song better than the Humpty Hump.
Okay.
And the Humpty Hump go hard.
Yeah. Like
that. Them beats. God, man, them beats.
Yeah. And shout out to Money B real quick too.
Yeah.
Don't get enough recognition.
Yeah, man. Money B was killing it.
Yeah.
But the Packet Man song, Money B, is actually like the dealer.
Okay.
Like he's a seller, and he's actually like going through and like telling, how his mannerisms, like, yeah, man, I got girls over here. And then like Shock is like this, he's kind of playing this like mild customer. It's like, well, I'm not with it. I don't do hallucinogens and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
and then he get interested in it. And he's like, oh, so you got some Chinese girl, and black virgin. Yo, this is crazy. I'm gonna have to splurge and get a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I mean,
go back and check that out.
Yeah, so he's like kind of playing it. Yeah, I mean, for him to be like the big star and let Money B rock it, kind of, So it was.
And Money B wasn't no slouch with the vibes, you know what I mean?
Money B was nice.
He just didn't get as much shine because. Shock G had more of the imagery with him. So when you looked at him, you wanted to see the Humpty Hump outfits or the Shock G swag. Money B was dope, but he didn't have that visual about him that made him stand out. You know what I mean? So, but if you go back and listen to his rhymes, he was killing them.
One thing about him too, I think to me, he's got that voice. He kind of reminds me of like, I don't know. I wouldn't say Jazzy Jeff off the Fresh Prince. Kind of like, in the TV show. Not that, you know what I'm saying, but in the TV show. He kind of reminded me like some of those cats like back in the 90s and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could hear like, man, this dude is like a really cool dude. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, man, that's my dude, man. He had some of the dopest verses on their songs, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so shout out to Money B. Rest in peace to Shock G.
Shock G.
I guess we don't necessarily have to keep y'all. Did you want to say anything else about Shock before we sign it off?
Yeah, he's fucking man. I like doing his voice, man. I always because like I was telling my homeboy when I was at work, I was like, yeah, man, like, because Slick Rick is like, like it's all high.
Right.
It's like, that's how, like, Slick is, like, once upon a time, not so long ago. But then, like, Shock G, all you gotta do is drop it a little bit. Like, that's him. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't lying, man. That dude definitely had a gift, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely had a gift. So rest in peace to Shock G, and we'll never forget Digital Underground, Money B, everybody, man. So, but yeah, for episode 164.
164!
This is your man, Kurt.
Yeah.
And this is...
Fucking man. I'm just playing, that's how it is. I don't sound fake.
We ain't dealing with sex packages.
We ain't dealing with sex packages.
We might have to, though.
Yeah, we might need to do that.
Make some money out here.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Next Saturday, like I said, we'll be on every Saturday. Look out for the lyrical breakdown coming in the middle of the week, somewhere around Wednesday, and we'll see y'all on the next one, all right?
Peace.